In this tutorial, we add a second floor. Alright, welcome back to the stair and flooring tutorial. At this point, what we'll do is copy the complete floor and make a second floor. To do that, we press the space bar to get to the select tool and then click and drag around everything in the design. And once it's selected, we can orbit around and we're going to move copy again. So we choose M for the move tool and Alt so that we get a copy. Then we just want to come in here and select this end point corner here. Click once, start raising up, and we want to make sure that we're going to be raising it on the blue axis. Sketchup will try to guess where you're moving things, and as you can see, we don't want to move it in this direction, but we do want to move on the blue axis. When we are moving on the blue axis, a little tooltip will come up and tell us we're on the blue axis. And now in the length box in the lower right, we can type the distance we want to move this second floor. And I'm going to use 10 feet, so I'll put in 10 with a foot marker, and that moves that up. And if I zoom out a little bit here, you can see that now we have two floors, one right above the other. Choose spacebar to go back to the select tool, and then click outside of this so we unselect everything. Kind of get that upper floor horizontal because we just want to select the plywood on top of that upper floor. And we'll start on the left side and drag to the right. Go across to the right and we'll only go down about halfway on those floor joists. We just want to make sure that we're definitely selecting all the plywood in this selection box. So when we let go of the mouse, that's what we get. We basically selected all the plywood on the second floor. Now I'll show you the difference. Let's go to spacebar and click outside and deselect. Go back to where we were and you start on the right side and you click and hold and drag and you try to do exactly the same thing where you just come down about halfway. It doesn't matter that you came down halfway. Everything that the bounding box touched gets selected. So you can see that the floor joists and the plywood are now selected, and that's not what I really want to do at this time. I'll just click outside. I'll start on the left again and I'll click and drag and just try to select all the plywood, and there we go. We have all the plywood and only the plywood selected. The reason for this is I want to rotate this plywood. We're going to use the rotate tool, not the red handles on the move tool. We just want to use what's called the rotate tool. You can choose it from the menu, but the shortcut is Q for rotate. So if you press Q, we want to rotate it around the blue axis. So we will click once and then we'll drag out this way. We'll click, we're going to rotate it 90 degrees around to the green axis, and we'll click again, press space, go back to select bar. Now we have the first and second floor complete with subflooring.